Yes, I had an opportunity to go to Russia in May for the first ever bull sale that was held in Russia. Kind of represented the American Angus Association over there. They were all bulls that were registered in the American Angus Association. It was a first-time event. It was extremely interesting, and to come away from there with a feeling that there's a tremendous opportunity for a lot of producers, and especially for the American Angus Association and Angus cattle.
Buying seed stock from the United States.
What I noticed over there and what I saw, they are very, very interested in data, information. They love the numbers. They want to know what the history is behind the cattle. That puts the American Angus Association and the Angus breed in the forefront. I get a chance to go back over there in October to do a seminar at the Golden Autumn Trade Show, which is a huge trade show. We're going to discuss some things about the possibilities of exporting some of our cattle over there again. There's been rumors of up to 300,000 head of cattle that they want to get in there. What I noticed was they import a huge amount of their food. A large portion of their wage dollar goes to buy food. They love beef. They think about 37% of the beef that they consume they raise. Of that, 2% of that is beef. The rest is dairy. I think there's a tremendous opportunity. The government has made a commitment to help some of these people put some stuff together. They're wanting to put together a program where they can feed their own people. When we were over there in May, we had an opportunity to eat some certified Angus beef steaks at this seminar that was going on. And there would be people coming up there and taking 2, 3, 4 steaks. I mean, they love it. So I think there's a potential from that standpoint, especially from the American Angus Association and breeders involved. I know there's a lot of things to be worked out, but I do believe that the government has made a real commitment to help those guys, and there's a lot of people that are showing a lot of interest in importing some cattle. That's one of the tough things we've got. You got to go through a quarantine program. Right now there's 2 ways to get them over there. You can fly them over, which is, I think somebody was telling me the other day, it's like $2,800 for a 1,000-pound critter for a ticket, and that's on the airplanes. Now, most of the stuff that's going over there is going over on ships. There's not too many ships that are out there that are doing this, so there's some competition for time slots on getting the cattle over there. But the majority of them will go. They take like 1,500, I think, on one of the ships, and a few more than that on another one. It takes about 14 days to get them there. It's no small task. It's a really major commitment. But I do think that they have made that commitment. I think there's a tremendous opportunity.
They go about doing that.
That's one reason we're going over there for this seminar that we're going to put on, is to try to get some contact with some people and tell them who they can contact the American Angus Association, and through that to the regional managers in the different regions. This is a work in progress. I think it's something that is it has happened. It's going to happen some more. And I truly believe that that's one reason we're going over there, to see if we can't open up those lines of communication more than what we have them today.
All right. And what about, besides Russia, are there other countries that show opportunities for seed stock?
There is. There's several different countries that have shown some interest. Kazakhstan, Turkey, lots of places that I can think of that they're talking about bringing some cattle in. And of course, from that standpoint, I really feel that the Angus breed, we titled our presentation over there, American Angus, the world's breed of choice, and that's a little play on words, but I really think that they love the meat, they love to eat beef, and in Russia especially, because I've been there and looked at that. But the other thing is the data that we have behind the American Angus Association, and there's going to be a large number of those cattle will remain to be registered within the American Angus Association because of the data and because of the information. And because of that fact that we can do that, that kind of puts us on the front page. Yeah, we have the opportunity, I think, not only for the possibility of keeping some registrations, quote, in that country from their non-resident members, but they are going to start their own association. They've talked about it. They have not started yet. They're wanting to visit with the American Angus Association on some things that they need to do. One thing that we are going to have a real opportunity to do is do the genetic evaluation for them. I'm sure that we have the tools and process. That will be done through AGI, Angus Genetics Incorporated, and I think that's an opportunity that is real, and it's going to be helpful for all of us, every breeder that we look at around the country.